and I'm very, very pleased to be joined by a special guest today. Her name is Donna, and she has an awful lot to say, not only from her mind, but also in her writing about the calling of motherhood.
To help moms realize that all of these little things are so huge in God's eyes. You know, we have a lot of saints that talked about it. St. Teresa of Lisieux, who talked about the little way. Mother Teresa, who I was so privileged and honored to know.
Yes.
You always spoke about the simple things, how they're so important. And, you know, the moms these days might not realize the fact that all of these wonderful, caring little acts of service, acts of love, are huge in God's eyes.
Some mothers say, well, I'm a mother and I have a career. And it's almost like sometimes mothering is second.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you address something like that?
Well, it's difficult because you don't want to step on anyone's toes, yet you hope you could be an inspiration. I hope that you'll consider everything before choosing to go out and get a job when there's not a need. Because there's a big difference between if she really needs to support her family, whether she's a single mom or she needs the help in the support of the family, or whether she doesn't feel as satisfied in the home. What about right now? What about this beautiful day? What can we teach our kids? What can we do? And I also try to live my life, you know, in the present moment, knowing that God will use us, you know, where we are. You know, we can't all run off to Calcutta to help the world there. But what are we doing right here in our own homes, in our own communities?
What about Mother Teresa? I know you've probably been asked millions of times, but to me, she's just, well, a saint.
Yeah, exactly.
And you knew her personally.
Yeah.
What, if you had to say one thing about her that has been etched in your mind, what would it be, Donna?
The thing that just pops in my head when you say the one thing, that one by one, okay? She would talk to you, and the whole world could fall down around her, but you, Earl, were what was most important right then, because whatever God was inspiring her to talk to you about. And she lived her life knowing that she lived in God's providence, so she totally depended on Him for everything. So she believed, you know, every place she went and whatever she was doing God's
presence.
And so that was important to her to do one by one, not to get involved with committees and organizations and politics, but to take care of the people in the present moment of her life. And she even talked about how a man died outside of a big conference of how these people were going to help the poor. Meanwhile, the man died in the streets, and she was so upset at the fact that he wasn't given food to live. And they were discussing how to take care of the poor. So yes, you need to discuss, yes, you need to plan, but you also need to do.